Oop. Er.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock.
Open
With a
it!
well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, why not? Also, Kim, why are you in me right now?
Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobo-Cop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content.
What's this? Open the lid another time, maybe. Why wouldn't I open it? Unless trash or a wild animal is about to pop out at me. What's this? It's trash.
Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you.
This is interesting. Who should I listen to? This is interesting. Success for both, but they're both telling me different. I mean, it is kind of cool because sometimes your mind works like this. Some part of your brain will be like, do this, and then another part of your brain will be like, no, don't do that. I mean, open it. What's the worst that could happen? I just saved.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Oh, it's fine. It just stinks. Dig in, Hobo-Cop style.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny.
What's that?
It's a giant rifle, and it's very
What the
expensive.
fuck?
Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana peels, however.
Pardon me? Why is this stuff in the trash?
And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000, easy. Unless you're into hi-fi yourself.
I'll sell it. I mean, what am I gonna do with it?
No, you won't.
What?
Because none of those things are real.
What?
They're not actually in there. All you see is food waste and crisp wrappings.
Damn it, how dare you fuck with me like that? A cruel jest. There must be something. Withdrawal?
All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron.
Why in God's name would I want that? An antique, maybe?
Only in its social sensibility.
Whatever. Maybe I can sell it for 5 cents.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Used to what? Dumpster diving? I mean, we are a cop. We've probably rifled through trash before. Thank God we have gloves on. I actually totally forgot about those.
No, searching for evidence in the trash. Good practice for dumpster diving. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
How is it possible for someone to read something like this and make it sound so cool? I hope this narrator got paid well. Again, I know a lot of it is done in post, but still.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Take it!
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Wait, are they his jeans? The dead guy? Wait, but he would have had to have rotted in the jeans. I mean, apparently people did strip him. But why strip the jeans off him? Just to put him in the trash? Also, it's been locked? What?
Are these the victim's clothes? The
I
smell
don't
is not
know.
nearly
That's what
as
I'm.
bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the deceased for more than 2 days after his death.
Okay, so I was kind of right. The pants were on him. He was dead for a while. Someone stripped them off. But then why would they strip the pants off of him just to put it in the trash? And also, the trash has been locked. So, who tossed it in here? I thought my brain was just going in a weird direction. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. But the game is like, no, you're probably right. But I'm still confused.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Okay.
Drop them in here, officer. Yes, if we're still assuming the clothes were taken off to get to the armor, they must have stripped him of it fast, the scavengers, in a matter of days.
Wait, so they would have had to have taken his pants off to get to the armor? I mean, I guess the armor was under his clothes. I mean, still, you could have kept the pants. I mean, well, they do smell like a corpse. Whatever.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it. That's what the gloves are for.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Pus. Where's the pus coming from?
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
Oh, okay.
Anything more?
So the armor is under his clothes. I mean, the shoes look like so big and bulky. I would have thought the armor goes on top, but no, it goes under.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
It's a side quest, though. Yeah, we need to ask the kids.
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Look, Kim, I don't want to. Well, I won't lie, a part of me wants to. I don't know why, but
The lieutenant nods, then looks
Oh,
back
right.
into the trash container.
there's one other thing. Look, it's a side quest, and I'm gonna complete it, alright?
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Okay, maybe whoever's place we broke into before by jumping from the roof or wherever the fuck we were, maybe that will come into play after this. Make more sense.
Not just any man's. This dense cursive, it's yours.
Or maybe not.
Officer, is that your paperwork? There's a lot of it, too. And you've got an autopsy form in there, in the back. That light pink copy paper.
Wait a second, did we already do an autopsy? No, wait, an autopsy form. Never mind. I was about to say, how the fuck did we do that? The body's still strung up.
If you don't mind me asking,
Well, it
how
was.
did this get in the trash?
It must have been cramping my style. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. Hey, I'm all for the great bloodletting. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash? I don't know. I am boring. I'd rather not to talk about it right now.
What are you talking about?
I speaketh the tongue.
Doeth thou also thorough inventories? You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue.
I love how Kim plays the straight man, but sometimes he'll humor me. Let's see. I don't know, man. Sounds like an order. I don't take those. Let's do our job. I'm too much of a goody two-shoes to go that far off the mend. Sorry for being boring, I guess.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
But actually, now that I think about it, would it really matter that much if I was just a total weirdo asshole? I'm honestly starting to wonder now.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
I think it's about time we turn Tutorial Lady off.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
All right. Hang on a second. Ma'am, you did good. Thank you for your service. You can retire now. All right, let's save first before we talk to this kid. He almost killed me once. He's dangerous.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Dude, it's still really low. Well, it is just an optional side quest. I do not want to risk him killing me with his words. I'm gonna
Kuno
go.
doesn't.
Although it's not like I can't... Hang on. It's not like I can't afford it. I have 4 other thingamajigs. But still, maybe I can always come back and do that later when I have a better chance. Oh yeah, that's right. But damn it, I need to talk to you. Christ. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's another thing we can do on the phone. And then I can go ahead and ask him about the pissing competition. Man, I am tempted to just go straight here. But I mean, there's really no need for me to do that yet. Why do I keep stopping?
Yes?
How do I get to the... Oh, don't worry. I'll try this another time. How do I get to the pissing
What do you want to know?
competition? Oh, here we go.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Pretty much. Who runs these streets?
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
So you volunteered to spoil it. What's so special about Martinez? I wonder what this says about me. Okay, enough of the competition then. I think I can just ask him all of these.
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoil sport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
I was sent to teach you a lesson in style. I am the finest a case-solving machine, sent to outperform you in every way imaginable. But dude, no way. From that one call, they do not respect me at all. In fact, it sounds like they dunk on me on a regular basis. What the... An apocalyptic omen? Can you guess my message? I probably have an unbelievable kill count. I'm gonna leave why I was sent unspecified. What the fuck?
No.
There will be a blood... Why do I keep bringing up bloodletting? There will be a bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Unimaginable. You know, actually, no. I'm not. I don't know why I said that.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not, we should move.
Hang on.
The silence carries.
No. Oh no, it's very imaginable. We fail to place responsibility for the hanging. The harbor company see the situation is out of control, so they bring in private military, maybe a gunship. The Union responds in strength. Automatic fire. Local law enforcement solving one little homicide decides nothing. Not solving it can have real and calculable effects. Things can always get worse. Matter of fact, augury, we should move.
Ish, okay. Wasn't expecting that. I was sent to teach you a lesson in style, sir.
Okay. Style me.
Style me?
It's impossible to tell whether he's serious or joking.
He's got to be joking. This is what a modern cop looks like. You should ease up a bit. You need more looseness.
No, I don't. I used to. Plain clothes did the trick. For both of us, it seems. Now, Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition?
Hang
If
on.
not,
I'm picking all of these.
okay.
It's impossible to tell whether he's serious.
In the new, 20 years ago. It's what a modern cop looked like then. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition?
Yes. I am the finest.
A good joke.
I love Kim. Yes, a joke. In truth, I will only moderately humiliate and outperform you. A joke, of course. Rest assured, I have no intention to compete with you. Of course it's a joke. Look at me. How could I compete with you? You probably have a ton of cases solved. Who knows? Maybe we were a good detective before our wife left us. Or girlfriend. Whatever.
It's good we set this thing aside. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition?
Nah, I'm good.
No,
We're
we should
losing
move.
daylight.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Ooh. Damn it, I need more points. How much do I have in logic? Not many. Okay, something's confusing me. It's not just that I can put skill points into things, but there's also experience points. Like here, 65 out of 100. Like at first, at the very beginning of the game, I thought, oh, well, I guess I can earn experience to get the skill points, but that's not how this works. I have no clue. I guess if I keep using it, or if it keeps... Oh, like if they give me a chance to do something, and you know, I go for it and I succeed, then maybe I get experience points toward it? And maybe cool shit happens when I get to 100. Are they all 100? Yeah, they're all looking like 100. Wait a second, and they're all at 65. I'm so confused. Ah, damn it. I really do want to get that right. Hang on, I'm gonna cheat. But hang on. Well, cheating. I'm gonna save scum. Oh, no! Don't you dare! Oh. Honestly, I didn't expect that to work.
Yes?
Because you're the best
Piss!
qualified. No, that doesn't seem right.
Hang on a second. Okay, and again.
Look at you.
Yeah!
It's because you're a failure. They
Oh.
sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
I was happy one second and then sad the next. I feel like it doesn't matter.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck up? Like, as a joke. Would they honestly do that, though? Like, I thought this was a cop-off. Like, the point was to win. If they wanted to win... I mean, unless they don't care who wins. I'm curious. But,
I've considered it.
yeah...
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why is that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win. I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Oh, thanks, Kim. Also, that healed my morale that didn't need healing, but thank you.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
Oh yeah,
and
that's right.
a
I didn't
soft
even do
glow
this
of
other
the fuel
stuff.
preheater gauge.
Let's do this other stuff first.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
Can I take all three?
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Oh, yeah, cool.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
Oh. Yeah, probably should have gone through this crap earlier. Sure would have been better than shooting the buckle. Oh, well.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Ah, yes, like a light.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation.
You may not remember how to drive. Who wrote this? I need to know who they are and just find out what else they've done. If they've done anything else, I definitely want to keep an eye on them. Whenever they write something, I want to be a part of that.
You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back. The smell of freshly treated leather, the lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in the cup holder, all seem to be whispering, I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner.
Man, this is really making me feel like I need to vacuum my car. Got a lot of grass in there. Uh-oh. Is it gonna keep going? Yep.
At the bottom of the sea.
Wow, that totally could have killed me if I didn't have extra shit on me, and I wouldn't have seen it coming.
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that?
I don't know. Do we have a car that's at the bottom of the sea?
The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation: we're not going anywhere right now.
Well,
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to talk to my Lazarus.
It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Should I be honest?
Oh, it's you.
You know who I am? I couldn't reach up and grab a tie from a spinning fan without unbearable pain shooting through my arm. I think I've had a heart attack. I mean, we certainly did. I still don't know why I survived a second time. I still failed it. I don't know why I survived the second time. I still don't know why. I lost my memory? Oh, I can pick all of these.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do. Hard to tell exactly what it was over the phone. Could be a combination of peripheral neuralgia and high blood pressure. Could be that you were having a heart attack. Or, actually, it could be both, given your profile. Yep.
Well, honestly, do we feel pretty good? No wonder I'm in so much pain. I feel like I've been damaged. But bro, we're not doing well. And again, we did make a pretty good jump earlier. You know, before I died due to depression. Wait, I didn't die. I quit the police force. It's hard to keep track.
Yes, probably in more ways than one.
Are you talking about my broken heart?
He sounds very careless about it all. Positively breezy.
Cut down on the drinking, pal. In fact, cut off the drinking. The drugs, too. Anything else?
Abstinence could have immediate positive effects on your health.
Yeah, they could. Let's see. Pretty sure I had a heart attack.
And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Yes.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life.
You fucker.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised. Okay. Anything else?
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
Do you even believe me? Because you're being way too easy breezy about this.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
Yeah.
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Yes, I want the truth. I know that doesn't sound like something I can handle right now. I see your point. Might as well just get back to work. To be fair, our morale did take a hit just a moment ago. Maybe it wouldn't be... Oh, God. I mean, we can always talk to him later, right? I mean... Excuse me. Yes, we would lose morale. I can recover from it. I have 3 more things. But what would it do for me? Like, what would I get out of it? We'll see.
You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our
Give me that
station
vitamin
is
D.
not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like macTorsin.
Jesus. I mean, I hope he's okay. Also, yeah, this game is surprisingly political. Well, I guess I shouldn't say surprisingly. Eh?
It's not fucking cryo-actylatte. It's super glue, Doc.
Aren't you one of the dudes who was laughing at me earlier? What the fuck, bro?
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Yeah, we do need to report that, and then the serial number. Wait, press the button labeled saved. We didn't do that earlier. Why would I do that?
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Sorry, I was trying to remember. Did he? I know he has her number, but did we get it? Crap, I don't remember.
Yes, hold on.
Okay.
Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
This is the police call, and I have some questions for you about your last days at work. I believe we've met before. This is me, a detective from the... I mean, we don't have the best reputation. How about we go with this one?
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
Never mind, she recognized us right away. All right.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
It's fine, I already know. Or at least I think I do.
Why not?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. What? No, why would you even think that?
Okay, so is it not him? Yeah, because I mean, like, I know it's weird. That he's like in a position of power and then he asked for your number or whatever. But I'm like thinking he seems like a pretty harmless guy. Like, it's one thing if you're uncomfortable, but the way she said, I felt like I needed to get away from someone. And I'm sitting here thinking, I can understand being uncomfortable, but he doesn't seem dangerous. Unless I'm just really bad at reading people.
Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business.
God, why can't you just mind your own business? She mutters.
I'm a cop!
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Messing up what?
You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. No, not me. No, sorry, I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Wait, why did... She just said not a lot of people have phones. But whatever, might as well ask it anyway.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Wait, is she speaking truth? The Union is the law around here? I am the authority around here. Hang on. Looks like there's a limit to my authority then. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I mean, she pretty much just said. She sounds like she's afraid of them. And I mean, someone put in an anonymous call. Pretty clear that if someone's gonna call the police, they don't want to be known. I see. Let's see.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the Union. I'm sorry about that.
Alright, next question.
Yeah, go on. No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and the corpse.
Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
I mean, Kim doesn't have a uniform.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
Hang on.
Yes,
This exact conversation...
you told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore. Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
God damn it!
Yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it.
I shouldn't have picked that. Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
Oh my god. I'm a mess.
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and
Oh god, should I ask? What did I do?
you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that.
Drama? Why do you remember more about me than me? Although you are me. God damn it, let's move on.
I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there.
I should have, Christ. Why would I threaten to... Am I allowed to read this out loud on YouTube? YouTube's pretty pansy ass. Why would I threaten to do the do? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay. Oof, no. Okay, I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Me neither.
There is silence on the other end of the line.
I am not picking that first one.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns
What?
can't buy money, but money can always buy guns.
If only you could see my face. I don't know what to say to that.
It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask.
Have you seen my uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on, the disco things.
The disco things.
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it.
I mean, you were right to assume that. I mean, like, what else would you think?
I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective? I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Hey, won't hurt.
No,
Piss.
she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart.
No, I mean, like, when we brought up Gart, she was really protective of him. I mean, who knows? She might actually like him back, but she left for a different reason.
Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag.
Right? Bitches, am I right?
No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster.
Oh my god, not a spinster. Yeah, she's a woman, probably just playing hardball with the goods. Women are just transactional. I'm happy to help, but maybe I could do so without all this I'm happy to help, but maybe I could do so without all this internalized misogyny. Can we just leave her alone? She really just sounds like she wants to be left alone.
What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore?
True enough, we are in your head.
You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boys' talk with God himself.
I am not talking to Gart, except to pay him back the money that I owe.
Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
Are you still there, kiddo? Listen, I've got everything under control. Daddy is gonna take you on his lap, little darling. Please no. Yeah, please no. I don't want to say any of those things. Refuse the love quest, although it's wonderful. You know what? I'll actually turn down the experience points. This might end up being a bit too cringe for me. So sorry.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
A gimp or a simp?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
What the fuck? Bitch didn't even say goodbye. Let's see. Could you run the serial number for me, please?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Damn it, I should have taken that quest. It would have been cringy as fuck. But damn it, it probably would have been really funny. I mean, like, wouldn't we have failed the shit out of that? Because, you know, I failed the empathy roll. But then again, it probably came up because I failed the empathy roll. And if I succeeded, then who knows? I probably wouldn't have gotten the side quest at all.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
I mean...
No, and I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else?
Wanted to make sure. Why would I press saved?
As always,
Oh, fuck.
It's DJ Mesh and Fellatio, and you're listening to
Fellatio.
Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
Oh. I don't know what DJS Mesh is for, but when I heard fellatio, I was like, what? Excuse me? Also, this is really loud. That's probably why it startled me.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right?
I mean, hey, I ain't judging. If anything, I'm interested.
Oh, is that what it was called?
go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
I want to.
Souped up motor carriage for one bad mama's boy. And the freaky Irma.
God damn it. Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or...
I mean, Kim, it's fine. There are... Damn it, I'm not judging, but I do want to ask about it.
You would be too if you had this motor carriage. But seriously, let's quit joking around, alright? We have a case to investigate.
Okay, thank God. You know that I'm joking. Again, I can't tell how, you know, these dialogue options are being said. Like the tone, you know what I mean?
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect it to someone?
I think I'm good. Why would I want to do this again?
Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
I am in dire need of financial assistance. I doubt this is gonna go anywhere helpful, but...
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
I want money.
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
No.
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative.
Oh,
on
I
the
got
additional
experience.
funds, over.
It is paramount to the investigation that you grant me more money. Please, I'm begging you here. I don't even have a place to sleep tonight. Okay, I heard you, no funds. It is paramount to the investigation. I'm lying.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over. He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vicmar said...
I heard. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. Please come and get me.
He said, it's okay. You can do it, sir. Over.
Oh, thank you. He's like trying to cheer me on a bit. Like, hey, it's okay.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues.
I know, right? Surprisingly nice of him.
Let us address them now, sir. Over.
Nope, that's everything.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Wait, read your ledger. Oh, yeah, let's do that now. Sin interact. Oh. I can... What does this do?
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across. It almost looks like the electronic patterns gone. For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you.
This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling in rags dumpster. Depicts a person of Sumerian descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. Seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
There's quite a lot, actually. Look at all that content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
I love how the narrator is getting exasperated by me. This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. Holy crap. The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore? Oh, Jesus. Let's go this one. Use it as a way to cover up me being a bad person.
If you want to earn some change by guilting people, go for it. But if you want to earn real dough, finish the case and start getting paid again.
Yes, sir. Narrator, sir. Okay, let's read this.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Urinal?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off. Leave it there. It's cool. Maybe it's kitchen tissue? They look exactly the same. Kitchen tissue? Do you mean paper towels? Listen, that must be some good-ass toilet paper if it looks the same as paper towels. Either that, or the paper towels in this world are pretty shit. Which is actually easier to believe, given everything else I've seen.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not, though. It's toilet paper.
Let's leave it. It's cool.
Cool toilet paper. I mean kitchen tissue. It says, everyone look at me and my kitchen tissue covered cop ledger. I don't care. My ledger is droopy and it smells like a urinal.
Yeah, man. Real Hobo-Cop energy.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Interesting.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Nice.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
You know, it's gonna be a bit of a random thought, but it's actually like kind of late right now. And I do need to wrap this up to go to bed. But I was just thinking, man, I could totally go to sleep to the sound of this narrator's voice. Him just going on and on about whatever. Yeah, I could go to sleep to this.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
I don't know. It's strangely soothing.
What do you mean? Is that all?
That's it? Is 2 cases a week a good caseload?
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more.
I mean, 2 cases a week sound busy.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 a week appears to have been my load. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. I burned out all right. A nice brisk pace. The way I like it. Oof.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. It's inornate, nearly illegible, yet marching in orderly lines. Pedagogical, somehow. Brash. It must be yours for you to be able to read it. These are the lines of someone who has written by hand a lot and has developed a style only they themselves, or you yourself, can decipher. Your hand cramps up merely looking at the scribbles drawn, as by some magnet, to the red checkered margins. Fast, but always straight.
That reminds me of how I used to write notes in high school. Except mine were so tiny, no one could read it but me. Good God, Maya, you have such small handwriting. Tough titty! You want these notes or not? I'm sorry, I'm kind of sleep deprived. Let's see.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Is it mine?
A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
I'm sorry, when you said Snoop, first thing I thought was Snoop Dogg. I follow you now. Let's see.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
Sounds like a doozy.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention. I think that's all you, bruh.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
I mean, hey, I don't even blame you. I'm sure both of you have seen a lot of shit.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
he says as he smiles.
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Oh. Yeah, use the pen.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Great, great. Why did interfacing call me Harry? Is that my name? No, wait, or is that the name of the dude that was on the cover of that book? I don't even remember his name. Whatever.
No, actually. Any ideas?
What the hell? The Furies are at home in the mirror. Pfft. The setting sun. Shit on a stick. Actually, I don't have one. This one really flows off the tongue, don't you think?
Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest. I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Okay, I think we have to go with the obvious
You know what
one.
a normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please.
I think I have to. Conceptualization. Sorry.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Oh, Ken's so happy. I can't be mad that I chose the boring one.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Also, we got 30 experience points.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Ooh. Okay, hang on a second. Wait. Let's look at the... Well... If I fail this, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural. Why, yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it, and these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
So wait, is my name Harry? Wait, hang on. Damn it, I don't remember what the name of the detective dude in the books was. I wish I remembered, because his name could be Harry too. Unless Unless one of my internal thoughts just literally gave out my name, and I'm expected not to notice. Oh gosh, I could just be reading into something, whatever. Those aren't my initials. I'm not feeling them. Wow, I don't know what to say to that.
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with. But it's the one you got. So sorry.
Meh.
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
I mean, half an hour didn't pass. Woo!
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3.
Jeez.
The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
I don't really care. Do I have a coin that I can flip? Because I really don't. Hang on. And hang on. Tails, we keep it. Heads, we remove it. Ooh. Remove it.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. Please don't. The middle class are not to be blamed. It's human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations? Please no. I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. Honestly, me personally, I just flipped a coin.
No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet leg. What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
We're done for now, but I will get back to this later. Yeah, it's getting late. I need to go to bed. This is gonna turn into a whole ass story time. next time I get back to this. Not that I
Not
mind.
much has changed in the meanwhile. A
Oh
bunch of soggy
God, and I
papers still
still
sags
have
feet.
all this other crap. Smell the ledger. Oh, we're definitely doing that next time. We have to smell the ledger. Okay, yeah. I'll stop here and save. And next time, we're gonna get to sniffing that ledger. I promise.